in the outcome, and disappointed in some of the things that we did out there. But you always got to give the opponent credit, and I thought they did a nice job tonight of making us a little uncomfortable offensively, and we turned it over 15 times, which frustrates me a lot. But you always got to give the opponent some credit for that. And then there's guys that I think we have a team that's good enough defensively to be able to kind of cover good players and good teams. But you look down, and the nights that Hawkins and McDaniel had are pretty special for them. So we'll be frustrated watching the film, but hats off to those guys. Looking down and watching it live. And then I thought Engeson gave us some problems too, and stuff that we saw on tape. I thought our group showed some character to dig back in it and tie the game, and then we just couldn't quite sustain it enough to turn the corner. Dan had a really nice game on offense. It's good to see that. We know that's going to keep coming and coming. So it's good to see him coming off the injury, starting to find his rhythm. So I'm pleased for him. But I didn't think we didn't play to our identity tonight, and that's the part maybe I'm the most frustrated with.
Did you expect that out of McDaniel, getting a second start?
We talked about him as a starter because he was playing starting minutes, even though he'd only started one game. So we did. He was one of the main guys on the scouting report at guard because of the minutes that he's played, even though he had not started.
Hey, you mentioned Coleman Hawkins kind of having a special night. What made him special, and what do you see on the scouting report from him?
Yeah, well, the passing, like they play through him a lot in the post, and he kind of does a nice job of facilitating as a passer. So you saw a lot of that. And then tonight he shoots it really well, right? I mean, he's been shooting the ball free and with confidence, but he hasn't shot a great percentage. Tonight he shoots a good percentage. And, again, I think you got to tip your cap there. And then there's probably some possessions we give him better looks than we should. And then, I thought some of the fouls, I haven't had a chance to study, but he goes 3 for 4 at the free throw line. I thought there were some possessions where we played great till the last 5 or 6 seconds of the shot clock, and we commit a silly foul instead of making them try to finish through us. And he obviously had a couple of those possessions. You see he got to the free throw line for four attempts.
The start, I think you guys missed your first three, and then there was like 2 quick turnovers, and it's going to be like that almost every road game in the Big 12. Is that just a tough lesson to learn early on?
What's it going to be like?
Well, most of the games are pretty crazy. So, and that was.
Well, let's just say that I don't think I have a team that's going to turn the ball over 2 of the 3 first possessions. We've given nobody any indication that we should be that team. We were that team tonight, and that happens. But no, I don't think it needs to be that way moving forward. I think we have control over that. But the 15 turnovers were very frustrating, especially the ones out front. Like we had chances in the open court, put our head down instead of just sharing it, and those should be conversions when you have numbers, and those were frustrating sequences. But no, I don't think we have to be a team that turns it over 2 of the first 3 possessions.
Dan, did you think you were close to changing the momentum? You had like 7 straight points late in the first half, and that gave you guys the 1 lead, and same in the second half, another run. But how close did you feel to this changing?
Really, I'm just out there, playing my role, trying to get the win as a team together, and my teammates find me, and I got into a little rhythm, and that was it. I thought I could do a lot better on rebounding on both sides of the floor. It came down to a lot of rebounding, and that's one of my specialties, and I didn't do that tonight, so I'm gonna make sure I get back in the gym and work on that.
How well is your team? I know there was some illness going through.
We're fine. There's nothing that should keep. There's nothing going on there. There's nothing there. I mean that.
Question for Dan. Did you notice a change in intensity out there with it being the Big 12 opener? Did it seem like both teams were playing a little bit harder than usual because of that?
I don't think playing harder just because of that. It's a great atmosphere. A Big 12 opener game. We knew they were going to have some people show up and cheer for them and want a big win against us. I think every night it shouldn't. No matter what night it is, no matter who we're playing, no matter if it's a Big 12 team or non-conference, we come out. We come out together and we want to play hard any game it is. We don't just play harder for this game or play less for that game just because it's a Big 12 opener or a very good team. So, yeah, that was it.
Did you like what you got from Day off the bench? He came in and sparked a couple runs.
Yeah, I don't think a Day is a bench guy. I know that we're bringing. It's kind of like Doug McDaniel. Like, you know, he's been hurt. And we've been slowly kind of bringing him back, but he's starting to look like himself. So I thought he gave us a huge lift tonight when he checked in the game, and he's going to play heavy minutes like all of our main guys. Like that's as long as he's healthy, that's to be expected.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Okay.